And I'll just say to everyone, hello, welcome back to another episode of Dreamscapes. We have our friend Sophie here from Singapore. This is fantastic. I'm getting to talk to all kinds of people from around the world. I love it. And Sophie has a dream to share. And we had originally, we were just talking, planned to discuss another dream, but she had one just within the last couple hours, right before waking up, to come and talk to me. So that one's the most fresh. We're gonna get into that. So I have a three-phase process. First, I'm just gonna sit and listen quietly while she describes what she experienced. Then we'll go back through it again together, pull out some more details, and then we'll try and figure out what it means. So I'm ready whenever you are. Go ahead and tell us your dream.
Okay, well, I keep a Bible and a cross right beside my bed. So when I was in the dream, I felt this disturbing presence, a kind of malicious presence. I did not immediately open my eyes to look for the source of that presence, but I turned around and felt for the cross, felt for the Bible. So I found my cross, but it did not make me feel better. So I reached for my Bible, but before I got to my Bible, I felt a book which was not initially there. So that book, I opened it up. It was full of animated cartoon figures, so cartoons. So that wasn't the book I was looking for. So I put it down, and then I felt for my Bible again, which is weird because there should only be one book there, and that should be the Bible. But I picked up another book, and that was not it either. But it was full of text, paragraphed text, and I'm not sure what book it was. I did not read it. So I felt again for my Bible, and I got it. And when I opened it, the Bible was as it was in real life. I haven't really read the Bible much. I just keep it around for protection. But so it was newish as it's supposed to be, but it didn't make me feel better. Instead, that nagging feeling, that uncomfortable feeling, got more and more prominent. And so I quickly got out of bed. I don't know why, but I think I was stumbling around in a haze, even though my eyes were open. So I could see my surroundings, but there's nobody with me, but everything seems to be quite blurred, hazy. So I stumbled towards the front door, trying to get out of the house to escape that feeling. And I tried to open the door. So in front of my door, so my door has just one main door and a gate. And I pulled open that door to find another door in front of it. I pulled open that door to find another door. And then I got to my gate, and then I opened it, and all my neighbors are staring at me, and I just woke up afterwards. But that feeling was still there. That nagging, I don't know, the feeling of a malicious presence around me. Yeah, it's still quite uncomfortable right now, but it's diminishing.
It is very rare that I get to speak to someone immediately after waking up from a dream and to have them still have that feeling from the dream with them while we're talking. That's kind of amazing. I'm wondering what we're going to get out of this here. Okay, so that's basically step one. I just listen. We've got that going for us, and now we go back through it one more time. And before I start making suggestions, I'd like to ask people if, having gone through it once and now gone through it again in much greater detail, did you have any sudden understanding or important feelings about specific aspects of it? Does a meaning kind of suggest itself to you after going through it again?
No, it doesn't. But I don't feel that malicious presence anymore anyway. And right now it feels like something laughable. Like, why would I be scared of something like that?
Yeah, well, there was nothing there. Not that you could see. It was
exactly.
just a feeling. Yeah.
Yes.
But when we started just about an hour ago, you said you were still feeling it lingered for a while. This sense of something's not right.
Yes, exactly. It lingered for a while, but it slowly dissipated.
Okay, I'd say just I don't know if I want to say physically or biologically. That's pretty common in terms of people's dream experience. That if a feeling kind of follows you out of the dream or is sustained after waking, it will fade the longer you're awake. So that's maybe not significant in and of itself. So
I felt that way before, as in that feeling of having a dream, the feelings that I had in a dream carry on to real life when I've woken up, and to the point that I was certain what I was feeling was real. Like it was 100% okay, this is real, this is what is going on. And it took me about half an hour to an hour to realize that, hey, no, it was just a dream, it was not real. So that was what I initially wanted to talk to you about, my previous dreams. Yeah.
Sure. And
but this one,
well, yeah, so this, because it was so fresh, it's great to get it. It's like hot out of the oven. So you've had this feeling before where, I don't want to say you've had this experience before where a feeling stays with you for a while after waking up. And this was another instance where that's the same kind of experience?
Yes, same kind of having the feeling carrying on past over the dream to real life, but not the same situation in the dream.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. So there's a couple of things that jump to my mind immediately, and the first one is that, and I caught this the first time through. It seemed important. The idea that there were 3 books, the wrong one, the right one, and there were 3 doors. The first door, the second door, and the gate. Something about something about that repetition seems significant. When you think about that, does anything come to mind?
No.
Okay. No, that's fine. And maybe I haven't said enough about it in terms of that, and maybe we don't really fully understand it. But the other thing that came to my mind was the idea of the feelings that you had while you were searching for the book and searching for the exit. The idea that it was unexpected, but not surprising, almost like you expected obstacles and you were determined to, well, I'm just going to keep looking. I'll just get it done. This is just something I have to go through. When you think about that, are there some experiences in your current waking life that are that you're having to exercise a little bit of determination to get through a difficult experience? Does that make sense?
Well, not really, I guess. I mean, day-to-day life, day-to-day work struggles, it's about the same, I guess.
Is that kind of your day-to-day experience of this is, I just got to get through another day. Here we go. Here's more complications.
Not really. I enjoy my work a lot.
Okay. Look forward to it.
I guess as compared to not wanting to go to work, I prefer. Yeah, I think looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. It also seems significant to me that the nature of the books you were finding in the search for the right book. There's, I don't know why it suggested to me like a kind of a spiritual quest in a way, but also over time, if that makes sense. So the idea that you picked up a book for comfort, expecting a specific book to give you comfort, but that it was a comic book like you would read as a child, perhaps. And then the next one was a book full of there's no picture, so it's a book for adults, and it's full of information, but it's not the right information. and then you get to the Bible, and it's the right book, and it even glows. It even has something special about it, but that's not ultimately what you were looking for either. That didn't solve the problem. I don't know if that concept of almost a spiritual search or a quest for knowledge over time throughout your life has meaning to you. Does that bring anything to mind?
I feel like that probably indicates that I'm not satisfied with whatever I've gotten. That feels like sort of.
It may be. Are you having some particular dissatisfactions right now with some area of your life? Are you wanting to learn more about something or connect with something more meaningful? Does that make sense?
I think it's more of the relationship aspect of my life.
Okay. You're kind of dissatisfied with your relationship status, either friends or boyfriend, something in there?
Yes. Well, I'm married.
Okay.
And my husband has cheated on me a few times.
Oh.
And so how should I say it? I mean, I've come to terms with it. We are all okay now. We get along quite well now. It's just the process from getting from not okay to being okay. It's not as difficult as I thought it would be.
Huh.
Yes, it wasn't as hurting as it should be. Or I don't know. And in between, I've had people. I've had, I guess, my family's support, and okay. Now that I think about it,
what I saw it happen. What came to your mind?
Well, okay, so in between when I found out my husband was cheating, there are two guys. So one of them was actually chasing me, sort of. He had just gotten out of a divorce as well, and then we were kind of commiserating about our terrible spouses. So yeah, things happened, and so that did not end well. And then I have another friend. He is a very long-term friend of mine. I mean, my first boyfriend. Yeah, so we broke up because of religious reasons, racial reasons, which, I mean, they're still reasons. Yeah. So yeah, from the day we broke up till now, he hasn't had a girlfriend ever since, but he has always been in my life. So we've been going out as friends, we've been having dinners and all. So he has been very supportive. Yeah, and he knows everything. He knows about the other guy who has been commiserating with me. He knows about what my husband has done. He knows about everything, and he has been very supportive. Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like
there's a set of three there too.
Yes, exactly. Back here, I feel like my friend who was sort of commiserating with me was kind of like the comic book presence, somebody immature. Young, immature. He's a year younger than me. Immature but not relevant. And my other friend, who is more mature, like he's gotten all his shit together kind of person,
Yeah.
he feels to me like the person with all the text in the book,
Yeah,
but
you have a
not some.
long history with them, paragraphs of knowing him
Yeah,
forever. Yeah.
probably, yeah. But somebody not so important. And I feel like the Bible was probably my husband, but
Could
yet,
could be. That was my thought when you were starting to get into this. And having your husband in your hands didn't feel comforting in that way. Does that make sense with the Bible imagery in the dream?
I feel like I wanted it to be comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But it didn't get rid of that sense of oppressive anxiety and dread that's another bad thing was going to happen.
yeah, yeah. Maybe I felt like he was going to cheat on me again or be unfaithful again.
Once it's happened for the first time, it's going to
4 times.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes it a more intense feeling. Likely, yeah. Once it's bad enough, but 4 times it's like this, and there's probably a sense of here we go again. No surprise, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Uh, that's rough. Yeah. Wow. I mean, you just had a moment and everything unlocked for you, and I didn't have to do anything. I just had to sit here and listen. That's amazing. And then, but it's also interesting then that you're there's some kind of movement too. You're like, and it's centered in the bedroom, which makes sense if this is all around the husband and intimacy issues. There's nowhere in the house more intimate than the bedroom. That's where you dress and undress. That's where you sleep and have sex and all the most personal physical things outside of the bathroom and the kitchen, which is other stuff. So you leave that room to get away from the oppressive feeling, and you go to the door because you're going to leave the house. You're going to escape away from this anxiety and dread and foreboding, and you come across more doors. That's the second part of it. So you're looking for the right book, and you go the wrong book, the one that should be the right one, but it's not. And then you go to the doors, what you think is just the front door, and again, it's not the right one, or it's not the last one. And then there's another one, and then there's still another door there that you don't go through. When you think about it that way, does anything come to mind?
Yes.
What do you
I
got?
had an epiphany of sorts. I feel like I went through first door, second door, and the third one. Remember, I said that the gate. I didn't open it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like people could be watching. People could be looking at me and my actions.
Yeah.
I feel like I honestly was contemplating divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it might be metaphorically me opening the first door, getting rid of the first guy, second guy. And then when it came to my husband, I'm just like held there because of cultural and societal norms.
Yeah. There's a gate,
Like,
and you don't go
yes,
through
like,
it. You can see what's on the other side. You can see there's other people, and then you realize, oh no, they're gonna see me. They're gonna see
yeah,
me walk through this door, and
they're probably going to judge me for,
Yeah.
divorce this person. There's going to be a lot of backlash, things like that. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the feeling, yeah, represents your, I don't want to say this wrong, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it's the unresolved situation, but it's more than that. It's the feeling that if you don't escape, something else will go wrong, and you can't. And as long as you're in the house, as long as you're in this environment, the relationship, that feeling is present everywhere, pressing on you, and that desire to escape, to get out the door, and then the feeling of being held back by fears of how it's gonna, what next.
Maybe, but in reality, my relationship with my husband is steadily improving. Actually,
Okay.
he is somebody who really cares for me. I can feel that he cares, and I can feel that he is trying to undo whatever he has done.
Okay.
And I think we are getting along well. So I'm not sure why I'm having these thoughts, or maybe these were like subconscious thoughts. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mean that this is a secret wish to run away. The idea would be that you want to be rid of the dread, the foreboding that something is about to go wrong at any moment, unexpectedly. And it's kind of a constant, at least in your dream mind, it's kind of a constant feeling that doesn't change. Although, yeah, you did describe, and I thought this was interesting, that while you were looking for the Bible, while you were searching through the other books, that sense of dread decreased, which probably is you were getting comfort from talking to these other guys, and it put that constant, put a damper on that constant feeling of anxiety and that something was about to go wrong. Yeah, I had more words. I'm losing it.
yeah. That makes sense. It does.
Yeah. What else? Sometimes I just have to go back and look at my notes because I think we've gotten a lot really fast, and I'm worrying I'm leaving something out that might be interesting or important. I guess we maybe didn't really address too much why there might have been a haze around you and a sluggish feeling. That might be something relevant. Is that, now that we've kind of dialed it in a little bit to your current relationship issues being relevant, what do you think the haze or the sluggishness, the resistance you were feeling, the struggle to make forward progress, what do you think about that?
I feel like it might have been the process of getting through these guys, like a sort of a breakup kind of thing, like the kind of how should I describe it? Like what I needed to go through to get out of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because remember I said, the path from my bedroom to the door felt like sluggish, felt like I needed to put in work to get there.
Yeah.
So the first door I feel represented the other friend of mine who because in real life when I tried to more like when we sort of stopped talking to each other, it was a very long and tedious process. It was very difficult, and but when it came to the second door, I yanked it open easily.
Okay.
And I just quickly and that feels like it is around the same feeling that I have in real life.
Mm-hmm.
With that friend of mine. But when it comes to the gate that represents my husband, it's just there. Like I'm not touching it yet.
Yeah, you didn't even reach for it in the dream. You just stopped. You just saw it and what was beyond it, and chose not to pass through that door, at least not at that time. What I was thinking, and that's good associations. I think it's fantastic. Right on the money. What was suggested to me by the haziness and the specific, because I think you explained the sluggish difficulty moving forward. Like this process probably hasn't been easy. Everything you've been going through, you've probably had to force yourself to move, or it's been more difficult to move forward than you would have expected going through it. But the haziness specifically it suggests to me like a clouded vision. Like part of you feels like you weren't seeing things clearly, as clearly as you should, or as clearly as you might like to. Your vision was obscured. That seems metaphorical of something.
Yes. it wasn't completely obscured. It didn't feel like it was opaque, but rather translucent.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might suggest, I don't want to say just doubts, but doubts is a good way to put it. The idea of uncertainty, the idea of, if you can't see something clearly, maybe you don't know what it is, and then you don't know what to do about it. So there's probably some part of you that's not, feels like you don't have a good grip on the way things are, a clear vision of some circumstance.
Probably.
Yeah, that might just be not a disconnected feeling, but I just, as thoroughly as possible, I like to make sense of every little thing, because I'm like, this is all there for a reason, and sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But well, like I said earlier, we made a lot more really fast process, faster than I thought even possible progress in this process. So I'm good if you are to kind of bring it to a close at some point. But before I do, I'd like to ask people if there's more elements that stand out in your mind that we didn't talk about, things you're still confused by, or images that we haven't made sense of that seem important.
I'm not sure why as I'm saying that, I just realized that.
What is it?
That you know how I described in my dream the Bible as the Holy Bible on the hardcover,
Yes.
and all, but when we went there to see the actual Bible, it wasn't even opened; it was still wrapped, right?
Mm-hmm. And it was more of a soft cover.
Yeah, it was soft cover. So I feel like maybe from there in the dream I realized that my husband isn't who he's supposed to be, who he seemed he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he seemed like somebody who is really trustworthy, reliable, somebody who's mature, somebody who, I thought I could give myself to for life. Yeah, maybe that's a hardcover, the dependable part of it. Yeah, but it turns out it wasn't. Yeah, and I was also wondering about because it came quite clearly to me that it was an X-Men comic. It was
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, which I don't know why, because it does not. I don't see any association between that and my friend.
Huh. He's not. Is he a bit of a, or does he represent maybe a wild, some kind of wild essence or danger? Does he have an edge to him? I don't know. What are the words I'm thinking of? Because Wolverine's a very interesting, complicated character. And it depends on how much of a fan you are of the story of Wolverine, to how much associations there are there. Do you mostly know Hugh Jackman from the movies?
Yes, I know Hugh Jackman, but it doesn't come across as Hugh Jackman. There is no association here. It's more like Wolverine with the comic book version of him wearing yellow, and then the big black.
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah.
That goes back to the 80s, 70s, 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, that exactly. And that's the weirdest, because I've never read any X-Men comics before. I have no idea where that even appeared in my mind.
Yeah.
And how that. Yeah.
I'm not sure what to make of that. Yeah, there is something. I mean, if we go with that this is that specific. I don't know. Wolverine's, like I was saying, a very interesting character because of his relationships too. He's very much a loner, and it's because of the emotional pain he experiences by getting close to people who die, because he's living forever, or seeing people die, or just his general demeanor being kind of standoffish. He's got this kind of rough exterior with a soft, squishy heart on the inside. So I don't know if those character elements...
I did not know that.
Yeah, those kind of character elements, if you didn't know. But then what else would he represent to you? Maybe
I just
adventure?
see
Does adventure come
maybe.
to mind?
Well, I see him doing the thing, and then the claws thing come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's how I remember of Wolverine. I don't tie him to Hugh Jackman, even though I think he did quite. I don't even think I watched X-Men.
Or a sense of something dangerous that's still desirable. Does that make sense?
Oh, there.
Here he comes again.
That is dangerous and desirable. Yeah, little cat there.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Just all over the papers. Good thing we're just about done with the papers. Oh, boy. Yeah, that kind of mixture of danger and desirability maybe came to mind, and it could relate to that guy of there's a danger of there was a temptation there maybe, but that temptation represented a desirable but dangerous thing. That I don't know if that makes sense to you.
It does.
Okay.
It does, and I think we should probably put that to a completely different segment.
Sure. No. Yeah. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So I wanted to come back around to the idea of the Bible having a glow to it. The first thing that came to my mind, you can tell me if this resonates with you, is that you see your husband as special. That's the glow was the glow of your heart responding to him. You see him as something special. And not only that, but the idea of the hardcover, you mentioned this a little bit too, of him being reliable or sturdy, like a hardcover, but also a hardcover is usually something of value. It's more expensive, more durable. It's like a better product, a better quality than just a paperback. So
yes.
And so, I mean, this jives with the idea that you're wanting to repair and maintain your relationship with your husband, that you do see him as sturdy, valuable, and inside there's the glow, and you can see it. You can see something special there that's worth connecting with. That makes it different than the other pages in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind.
I guess you could call it that. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
Because I think for a period of time, especially last year, and early this year, I was quite hell bent on wanting to divorce him. Yeah, but now not so much. I'm just following, going with the flow and see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, and that's what came to my mind. The idea that something in you is at least just bringing to your conscious mind a little more the idea that you do see something of value there, and whether you're right or not, there's still that danger that that even holding on to that and keeping it close to you, this thing that should bring you comfort, is not dissipating this dread, this anxiety, this foreboding. Just letting you know you're still kind of worried things could go wrong, and you're hoping for the best because there's potential there. So that's probably the best I can do out of all this stuff. You feel pretty good about it?
Yeah, I think yeah, we've gone through it quite very much in detail.
Yeah, that's what I do. I wish I could find another way to get at that kind of understanding without so many words, but I don't know any other way. Not yet. Hopefully, the longer I keep doing this, the better I'll get at finding those places to hang on to. Oh no! Don't lay on the keyboard. Don't lay on the keyboard. Jesus. Oh, did it still recording? Okay, well, we're almost done anyway. That would have been a good stopping point, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, if you're satisfied, I've enjoyed the process, and I really appreciate you talking to me. Maybe I'll just I'll wrap up the video real quick, and then we'll talk afterwards for a moment.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good deal. So with that, I'll just say to everyone watching, hey, thank you for joining us for another episode of Dreamscapes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Sophie.
Bye-bye.